Hey guys, Jason X for SCNS Live, and I get to talk to one of our local Dallas cosplayers. This is Joy. Joy, thanks for coming on the show.
It's glad to be here.
And you are one of my favorite cosplayers in the area because a lot of what you do is homemade. I mean, you got a lot of skill. And that's one thing I love about your cosplays. And plus, you're a huge Loki fan, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, not that anybody noticed.
Since you wore a green shirt on green screen. I'm calling her out on that one. No, it's fine. But you do a lot of variations of it. A lot of your work has a lot of detail. So I thought we could sit down and maybe talk about some of that detail. And the spear is like just
glowing.
Just gonna take this. Just now I feel more powerful. Oh yeah.
Well, anybody would feel more powerful with the scepter.
So how long have you been cosplaying?
I've been cosplaying for about a little over 2 years. I started in May of 2013.
What was your first cosplay?
It was Loki.
It was Loki?
Yeah.
So that's what got you into it. Okay.
That's what got me into it originally.
Thank you, Tom Hiddleston, for bringing us another talented person into the fold.
Thank you.
So you just made the traditional Loki from the Avengers film first?
I actually made it from, the Avengers.
And then it just snowballed into multiple costumes, multiple versions of it. You've been doing a lot of, I saw your Ant-Man costume, which I really liked. Did you got that wasn't a custom piece? Or?
No, it was actually bought, that helmet I bought, because I want to actually do a lot more charity stuff. And I want to be around kids more, so I wanted something that was sturdy and something that would hold up to a lot of...
Probably a good idea to children who are going to want to just be all over their favorite heroes and everything.
I've had a little kid, he wanted to pick up my helmet, one of my helmets I made, and he kind of cracked one of the horns. So I was like, okay, I need to make this more sturdy if I'm going to be interacting
with
kids.
It was one of those pieces where it's like, as a cosplayer, you're like, this looks good, but please don't touch it.
Exactly.
So you need something a little bit more durable for... and you're, who are you wanting to work with? Is that the Heroic Inner...
Heroic Inner Kids.
Heroic Inner Kids.
Yes.
I need to do stuff with them too.
But anyway, a lot of fun.
So, okay, so Loki was your first costume, and then, what, you just did one, and you were pretty much like, well, I have to do more of this more often.
Yeah, I actually just started doing one version of Loki, and then I wanted to actually expand on my skills more, and I already had that base in armor, and I loved the character, and I saw the design for the Agent of Asgard Loki for the comics. I saw that design, and I was like, I've got to do that.
It is a unique design. I actually like that one, too. Okay, so you've got some stuff that you brought with us. Now, when you make your pieces, what do you like to work with?
Mostly I like to work with different kinds of foam. That's my favorite so far, and it's what I started with, but I'm starting to expand into things like Warbler, and I'm trying to use clays, and I'd even tried to do some Pepakura, but that didn't really go all that great.
So where are you getting your skills from? Where are you learning this stuff from? Just random videos around the internet?
Yeah, just like a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of Googling, even Tumblr has a lot of stuff on how to make Loki costumes, and I just like compiled everything I could find from various sources, and I picked what seemed to be the easiest method, and I combined them.
I see. Okay, so you do you consider yourself more of a novice, or is it one of those things where your skill, well, I'm going to say it, your skill is growing every time I see a new costume from you.
Thank you.
Do you feel that way? Do you look back on things that you've made before and go like, I could have done that better, or?
Yeah, I'm doing that constantly. Every time I'm looking at something I've done before, I'm like, I could do that so much better now. So sometimes I like this right here. I did one Agent of Asgard Loki diadem. This is called a diadem. I've done one before, and I thought I can do so much better with that now that I know how to use Warbler. The one I did previously, I didn't use Warbler on, but this one I decided to use Warbler because it would fit my face better.
Well, of course.
It molds.
Well, you can pretty much put some heat on Warbler and it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what is this made out of here?
This is made out of a base of craft foam sheets, and then Warbler was wrapped around it, heated, and molded to my face while it was still warm. And then these I made out of, I believe I have.
She's brought stuff to correct.
Yes.
The
Crayola Magic mold.
Huh. Just getting all kinds of.
It's really cheap. And really effective.
And apparently works.
And it works.
I love how it gives kind of this smooth finish on it afterwards. It does look like actual, like an animal's horn. It does look good like that.
Yeah, and the trick is magic mold is really, really, it melts when you just leave it there. But if you actually let it dry for a day or two, then it hardens enough where you can actually work with it and it doesn't melt while you're waiting for it to dry. Because I found that was a problem before, and I actually found this out on accident because I had left it out for a while. And I'm like, can I still work with this? So then I started making horns out of it, and I noticed that it wasn't melting while it was drying.
Now, one thing in this is with our Texas heat and warbler. Sometimes that does not mix. Any problems with that around with the?
I haven't really had any problems with that. This was made of warbler.
Oh, look at that!
This is my Worthy Loki diadem, and I made this almost entirely out of warbler. I actually molded this by hand out of scraps of warbler.
Wow.
And so I actually wore this to several conventions during the summer. And this, as you can see, this kept its shape. It hasn't melted.
May I?
Sure.
Oh, that is very solid. How did you get the just the wing kind of designs in there?
I cut it out of foam first because the core is foam.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then I used a X-Acto blade to make the designs. I first drew it out. That way I made sure I had the design proper. And then I put a X-Acto blade to it. I heated it up a little bit with a heat gun because that actually opens up the serrations in the foam better.
Really?
Yeah, because it tightens the foam. It melts it a little bit and it tightens. So it actually makes indentations like that or cuts more pronounced.
Pay attention, folks. She's giving you good information here. I did not know that, and it looks really good.
Putting warbler over top of it, it'll actually, when it's hot, it'll mold right into those lines. You can go over it with a tool or something to get it to mold into there, but once it's dry, it holds all of that detail.
That is awesome looking. And I know, I like how it actually looks like a piece of metal, though. It looks like how you would get kind of like a gold look on something. That's very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so what about this piece right here? This huge, I want to put that on. I want to put that on and scare people.
You can actually. I don't know if it would fit you, though.
I got a big head. Don't worry about it. I want to put this on and answer my door when people come and try to sell me crap.
Yeah,
yes.
It's intimidating.
What do you want?
Yeah, this is my Darth Loki. It's my Sith Loki. And I had a whole armor set with this, all black, all themed kind of like Darth Vader-ish, but, you know, Loki.
I want to touch it.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's actually very light as well.
Yeah, that
I'm actually very surprised by that.
I made that from floor foam. The kind that has all the little
I didn't expect
texture.
it to be that light. This might be pretty comfortable wearing it around.
Yeah, it was actually pretty comfortable. It's just hard for people to hear you when you talk in it. Or
Really? I can't tell. Can you? Anything?
Like that.
Okay. And you've got, it looks like some LEDs, or no, this is a...
It's L-wire.
L-wire inside the helmet. Oh, okay.
And a little battery pack in the back.
I'm going to press the button.
Yeah, the batteries kind of ran out, so it probably won't work.
Yeah. Ah, okay.
But
that looks cool. But the EO wire, you can easily change out the battery pack in that. So.
Yeah, you can usually change out the batteries in there. But for the lenses here, what I did was, you know those really stubborn plastic packaging that you have to use scissors or a knife to open?
Yes, we hate
That's
them.
what it is.
Oh.
It's pieces of that.
Well, at least we know that'll stand up to anything.
Yeah, and it does.
Actually use it as a real helmet, protect your eyes or whatever.
Exactly.
All right, so this piece here, which I really like. Now I've seen this around for a while. This scepter.
That's my latest version.
This is the latest version?
Yes, that's my latest version. This is made out of warbler. This little part here. And this is made out of craft foam sheets, and this is a PVC pipe that I melted and bent.
Oh, okay, so that's how you got the...
Yeah, I actually melted it with a heat gun until it was pliable, and I bent it.
Neil! Because she was doing that on the sound check. Neil! Here you go. I'm going to get that back to you. That is really cool. So what's lighting it up at the end?
This actually comes out.
It's a scepter and a scepter.
And it's a regular flashlight. with an egg. I think they call it
It looks like it's bedazzled here.
yeah, that was like the only one I could find that was the right width for it. That wouldn't fall right in the middle of the PVC pipe when I put it in.
So just convenience of finding something like that. That is
yeah.
cool.
And this was only like maybe $2. That flashlight.
Not bad.
You can change the batteries in and out. And if this is pretty secure on there, so you don't have to worry about it coming off.
Yeah, you don't have to like, actually fend off anybody with it.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. I don't think these would hold up to the...
All right, the one I'm really curious about is that huge chest piece over there. Here, I'll hold this. Go ahead. What is that?
This is my Agent of Asgard Loki vest. I made this vest entirely out of designs I made myself. I made it from scratch.
I love the scale on there.
Yeah, I thought I wanted the realistic looking scale design, so I cut each and every one of those out individually.
I had a feeling
glued
that you
those
did.
on.
Oh, jeez.
I also did all the patterning all by myself. Even the back has detail.
No cheating here. She did it on the back, too.
And it closes with Velcro.
Very nicely done. How long did this piece take? Because this looks... There's a lot of detail here, especially like the little lines, the scale, of course, and just each... Because this looks like one piece, and then there's other pieces you've laid on top of it.
Yeah, that was a lot of work. That took me like 3 months total because I had to make the paper template first. I had to make the template for the whole vest. I had to put it up against myself. I ended up going in the mirror and just like putting it up against myself to see if it would fit and taping it together to see if it would actually fit me. So it was a lot of like, I've never done sewing or anything like that, so I didn't know how to do patterns. I just did it all not knowing what I was doing.
She can't sew, but she can make some armor. That's what I'm talking about right there.
That's my specialty.
I can't knit a dress, but I can protect you from a bullet. No, that looks really good. I like that. So you've also got, besides the scepter, got this little dagger over here.
Yes, this is the Loki Dark World dagger.
The stabbing knife.
The one that he carries in Dark World. I tried to make it as accurate as possible. I actually looked online to see if I could find as many different images of this as I could and tried to match it as closely as possible. So it has all this detailing on it. This is actually made out of the magic mold, the Crayola magic mold.
Oh.
There's a piece of cardboard that's sandwiched in between these two pieces of artboard. So it's like just like a knife would be.
Gimme. I'm sorry, I'm just... Well, I got the knife now. Go ahead, please. Continue. It's my knife now. Okay, here. I'm sorry.
And this is actually made from artboard, the magic mold, and that core of cardboard. And then I molded this around the cardboard so that it has a sturdy center point. And then I did all the detailing with 3D fabric paint.
That is amazing. You are really showing some, considering that this, and from what you were saying you worked with before, this is pretty good. And gets past weapons check, no problem.
Yeah, it does. It's very, I know I had one instance where I went to A-Con, and then I actually tried to bring in my scepter, my first scepter that I made, and it had a wooden dowel down the middle, and they almost didn't allow me in with that because it was like a big solid wooden dowel. Like,
she's going to get in there, she's just bashing people's head.
Because Coulson might be there, so you never know.
Well, there you go. No, it's okay. So besides, and you've got some armor here as well. This is made from the craft foam and warbler as well.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bit more hefty because there's more warbler involved in that. It almost looks like it could deflect a bullet.
Here we go. It doesn't quite fit me. This is why I like interviewing cosplayers. I get to play with their stuff. I'm keeping this. She can't take this. I'm sorry.
No,
anyway.
I'm taking that back. And this, I actually decided. In the beginning, I used to use only Velcro to attach my armor, and it would always be coming off. Like, all the time I would have armor pieces coming off, I'd have to go reattach it. So I started using Velcro, or Velcro on top of this, I guess it's spandex.
Just kind of a stretchable material.
Yeah, it's like a stretch band. It's like a stretchy band of some sort. So this can actually go in these D-rings here, and it attaches more securely with the Velcro.
Ah, okay.
See, so you can pull on that. You can really pull on that.
So,
And it's not going to be going anywhere.
That is very secure. I won't blow it too hard, but yeah, that's really good. Is this the right one? There's an R inside as well.
It's orange inside.
No, there's an R inside. I was like, oh, that's the right.
So I could remember. I put an R in there so I could remember which arm this would go on.
So besides everything that you've brought out that's cool, you've got some other crafting materials over here. What is this stuff on the table here?
This is one of my favorites, Mod Podge. I use this for priming, I use it for sealing foam and a whole lot of different things. I use that before I paint it because foam will soak up so much of your paint and it'll just keep soaking it up. You can paint it so many times and it'll just keep soaking it up. This will save you money.
And that is
And this is varnish. This is what I use to finish my pieces.
Oh, so that gives them the shine?
It gives it the shine. It gives it the metallic look. And it really seals it. I've actually gone out in the rain in my Loki costume on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was one of those
This
things
make a
where
cool photo shoot. I want to be in the rain.
Actually, it was more like I got out of a convention. I think it was Sci-Fi Expo. I got out of that convention and it was pouring.
Okay, I think I know which one you were talking about.
Yeah, it was pouring that time when it was a mud pit.
Mm-hmm.
That was the day that I went out.
Y'all need to
in the
pave
rain.
that. Anyway.
Seriously.
Okay, so what's the hair gel there? It looks like hair gel in there.
This is, let's see, acrylic gesso.
And
I use this also for priming.
Oh.
Because it actually gives you like a canvas-like finish. Like you can actually paint over that, and I like it also because it's white. And you can see where you're missing paint because I do a lot of my painting by hand. I don't do a lot of spray painting. I'm going to start to get into the spray painting.
Like the airbrush or?
Like spray paint.
Oh, just actually just spray paint.
Yeah,
okay.
I actually use brushes. I do it like totally old-fashioned.
Well, I think that might attribute to the look of some of the stuff, how it gets that metal look.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff you're building, it looks like it's really made to last, though, with you doing all this sealing and priming. And
yeah.
so this, how long do you think the lifespan of some of this stuff is going to be?
I would say that it would last probably
Because that's
several
a hefty
years.
piece.
Yeah, it would probably last several years because Warbler it's a thermoplastic, so.
I think a lot of
it's
people when they're
gonna hold
doing cosplay, they think more of I need to make this look good just for this weekend, and
Yeah.
it may be tossed afterwards. I'll look good for the weekend, but a lot of stuff you're making is you're gonna need some space to store everything.
Yeah, I actually put all this in my closet and it's scattered around my room. So whenever somebody goes into my room, they see all these props all around. And they're like, "What do you do?"
So it could possibly be laundry day one day for you. You just got to wear Loki to work or something like that. Huh?
I actually am going to wear Loki to work on Halloween this year.
Make everyone kneel. Make
All of my coworkers. Hello, Hobby Lobby co-workers.
So you're also doing some classes. You did a class here recently, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I did one at Hobby Lobby, and then I also did one at the Sci-Fi Factory in Lake Worth.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes, I'm also going to be doing. I'm going to be one of the teachers that's going to be in another cosplay workshop they're going to be having in mid-September.
Mid-September. Y'all need to mark your calendars for that.
Yeah, they're going to be putting it up on their website, and I would recommend anybody who needs help with cosplay. They're going to have several teachers there. One of them has experience in leatherwork and metalwork. I have experience in obviously all of these things. And so we're going to be helping teach people and helping people actually make things.
I'm gonna make her help me build that Winter Soldier arm I'm supposed to have finished by now.
I would help with that.
But no, so you're going to be passing on some of your knowledge in the future, and that's always good. We always need more cosplayers. People need that guidance. And like you said, when you were looking around how to do things, you had to go to a lot of YouTube videos and just to the internet. But sometimes that hands-on approach will help some people who just don't want to take that final step. They don't want to go that extra mile, and you can help them out like, oh, no, here's how you do this.
Yeah, I mean, when I was starting out, I would have liked to have some of that hands-on approach because when I started out, it was a little difficult. I, struggled with working with some of these materials. How do you do this? How do you attach that? Is this going to work? Is this going to hold up the whole day? So it's nice to have some of that experience passed down, because then you're not trying to fumble your way through making.
Well, and that's one good thing about our nerd community here in the DFW area. We're all, whenever we meet up, it's like nerd family reunion.
Oh
so
yeah, totally.
anytime we see each other outside of a convention, it's a good time. So
Yeah.
And so if people need your, if they're looking for your assistance, or maybe they got a question, do you have a Facebook page where you're doing any
yes.
costuming yet? What's the Facebook page?
It's Ninth Realm Cosplay.
Ninth Realm Cosplay.
You can find that on Facebook.
And of course, there'll be something up there showing people, y'all need to go here in this area where something will be eventually. Ninth Realm. Last but not least, so you've got Loki. What are you planning on doing? Or what are you planning on doing, and what would you consider is going to be like your biggest project? Like if you had unlimited resources and everything, what's that?
My biggest project, let me think about that. I've never thought about that.
Okay, like imagine here's a check for all the money that you would need to get the materials. What would be that thing?
The ultimate cosplay. Probably a Jaeger or something from Pacific Rim.
Ooh, I like Pacific Rim.
I would love to do something with big wings. I just love the look of wings, so I would love to do something with like big wings.
You got to do make them retractable, you know. So
yeah, retractable. So yeah, I would love to do something like that.
That's always cool. Maybe like an archangel or something.
Yeah.
I've always liked archangel's wings. So what are you currently working on then?
Currently, I'm working on Ant-Man, the movieverse Ant-Man, Scott Lang.
Oh really? So you're gonna
full helmet, the whole suit, all the tech. I'm even gonna try to, for the first time, I'm gonna try to work with lights, and I'm gonna try to get the belt to light up, the pack on the back to light up, and maybe I'll even have some of the other areas that are supposed to light up. Maybe I'll have them light up.
Well, you've got some experience with it, with the EL wire and that helmet, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to figure it out. What's the ETA on that one? Maybe next Dallas Comic Con?
Yes, the next Comic Con, it will be done by then, if not sooner.
Hold her to that, just in case. Just finish your cosplay. Joy, thank you for talking with me. I appreciate it. All of this looks amazing. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
And make sure you check out Ninth Realm Cosplay. Is it Ninth Realm or just
Ninth Realm.
Facebook.com/Ninth Realm. And if you see her out at a convention, get a picture with her.
Yeah, and if you want a hug, go ahead and ask.
Joy, thanks a lot.
Thank you.